Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 21 of Financial Tad Fashion Talk Podcast. I'm the CEO, Mr. Best.
I'm Lakeithia Murray.
And we're back again. We're back again with some informative information. Got a big announcement, and we'll get to all of that. But before we get started, we want to introduce such a great guest. We've known each other for a while now. Basically, like for years. We've known each other like since middle school. Well, since I was in middle school, elementary school. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a while, but thanks to God, we got back involved with one another. We saw each other somewhere and we hit it off and we started exchanging information and here we are. So how you feeling today?
I'm doing okay.
I want you to introduce yourself. Give them your name.
Okay. Well, I'm Lakeithia Murray again. As he spoke of, we've been knowing each other for a while, good church friends. And that's how we know each other.
Yeah. So, okay, how was your day?
It was pretty good. Went to work. Been in good spirits all day, knowing I was coming here.
Right.
Yeah, so good.
As soon as you got here, as soon as we started our meet, things just been on some positive energy. So we excited about what we getting ready to talk about. So let's go ahead and hop in. So in past podcasts, we talked about making progress, and we talked about the difficulties in making progress. And that's like a personal testimony, because sometimes when we want to make progress, we tend to look at things as if they are unachievable.
Almost definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That's coming from a personal standpoint, because like sometimes we can want to do things, but we don't necessarily have the mindset to get things done. So with that being said, on previous podcasts, we've mentioned having incremental progress, which means like step by step, one thing at a time. And I believe that that's the perfect way for us to make daily progress, because you're not looking at it in the way of saying that, oh, I got a whole lot of things to do, but it's like you're breaking it down.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? You're like specifying like what you really need to work on step by step. So we want to get into like how everything hit off with us. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what we're getting ready to talk about. As far as us making progress, you said that you were affected by what we were saying on the podcast. So that's what we're going to talk about first. We want to give you a chance to talk about how, our content and our energy influenced you and made you want to do something different.
Yeah. So first I started, I'm going to be honest, I didn't start really tuning in and really paying attention till around episode 18. But in doing so, before then, I saw the little movements he was making and things of that nature, and I said, this young cat got something going,
Right.
It's not big yet, it's not doing what the numbers yet, but it's going to get there.
Right.
Just to have the inspiration to start somewhere small and do something gave me the inspiration to just look at the small things in my life and say, hey, it's not put on a platform, but this is for work within self,
Right.
and things of that nature. And the CFO, who is currently missing in action right now, but he's shout out to you. He spoke about incremental growth within himself.
Right.
And that just sparked something in me to let me know that you're not the only one out here that's working toward doing things in their personal life. And it takes the small steps to get to the big steps,
Exactly.
So, When that sparked the flame in me, it just got me interested in the topics and things of that nature, and it just sparked something in me as a whole to make some changes in my life as well, even though I was already in the process of doing those things, but it just put that extra emphasis on it to say, hey, kick in the gear, So that's pretty much where it came from, and since then I just been full. We've been talking about some things, and
yeah,
I just ready to see where it goes.
And it's going to go far, because of the mindset of which we're starting it in. And like you said, you got influenced by the CFO's testimony about making incremental progress. Right. So I want to kind of bring it home. Do you have any testimony of how you actually had to make that first step? You know what I'm saying? I know that you just said that you was influenced by this, but kind of give it in detail, like, how did this all like actually start, like with the mindset, like to actually change? Like, give us like details of how that transition started to happen.
Well, first I was stuck on I think what took the most time for me to overcome was myself, which was my pride. There were a lot of things that I felt didn't need to be spoke about, or I didn't have to prove myself to nobody about this or about that. And then I realized that it wasn't about proving myself to somebody. It was more so letting others know, or letting people know that they're not here by themselves and whatever they're going through. And within doing that, I also kind of lost sight in doing for myself, because I was so involved with trying to motivate others or help others in their situations. And then I realized I was not doing so much for myself in my own situations.
Right.
And so in doing so, I just felt like I needed to start taking more care of self, you know. And so it was more so like take heed to what you're telling everybody else, because I was giving the energy to everybody else and couldn't give it to myself.
Right.
And so I kind of just took a step back and said, hey, you know, do this for you.
Right.
Not for, even though I feel that I fulfill what I think I'm here to do by giving and doing to others, but you have to understand that self has to be right as well first, before you can manifest into someone else's life.
That's right.
So I'm in the process of doing that, and in doing so, like I said, pride was my biggest issue, and learning how to put pride aside and understanding that it doesn't matter what others think or things of that nature. Right. So understanding that and just moving forward within my life is just where I am with that right now.
And that's really awesome. And actually, the big announcement that I wanted to give to you guys has all to do with this lady right here. It's a lot of value bottled up in her, and we wouldn't have never known if we wouldn't have took a chance and made this podcast to connect with people directly. And like she said, she was listening to the podcast and she did exactly what we hoped. You know, we hoped that somebody would, you know, take our words and actually help themselves change themselves. Help themselves change themselves.
That makes
so you know what I'm saying, like, so that's the whole mission, you know what I'm saying. And for you to hit us up, you know, we want to say this, we want to give them the intel on it, you know what I'm saying. Like, she hit me through a text message. You know, I would send out links from the podcast. You know, I would send out links for people to listen to them, and I sent her one, and she started paying more attention to our podcast, and she hit me back like, hey, she started hashtagging increment movement. And you know what I'm saying? And it started, and like, this is what the whole idea came from. This is an announcement. We starting a movement together, all of us together. We're starting a movement where we can create a judge-free environment for people to come and share their progress. This is called the incremental movement. The incremental movement, to where everybody can come together. We can encourage one another. We can hold each other accountable. And we're going to create a group, a closed group. And I'm going to comment. I'm going to comment the page, and you guys can go actually like the page. Give us 1 second. I'm going to put the page in the comments so you guys can go like it, because we want to create an environment, a safe environment for people to make daily progress. And we want them to feel okay with making progress, because sometimes we like to measure ourselves up with other people. Sometimes our progress is not other people's progress. And sometimes we get discouraged because our progress don't look like other people's progress. But we want to make it to where everybody accepts themselves and we accept other people and we encourage them where they are, and you can be okay with your own pace. You know what I'm saying? Find your own pace. Don't worry about other people. And that's the type of environment we want to create. And we want to empower people to continue to make daily progress. And we want to let you know that it's okay to move at your own pace. You see what I'm saying? It's okay.
Yeah. I'm still working. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
It's
okay. It's okay. It's okay that you may not be reaching 2 goals every week.
Right.
It's okay that you have to break that down to 1 goal a week, and you have to make daily improvements.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. So I'm going to comment.
Even if it's just your mental thoughts, just your mental path, just start there. It all starts with what you think, what you believe in yourself.
Right.
Trusting in yourself. If you can do that with self, you'll be surprised at how much more progress you will see physically in your life. just start with you yourself mentally.
Exactly. And see, that's the main thing though. But see, sometimes it's really your environment.
True.
And you see what I'm saying? Like, environment influence the way you think.
True.
A lot of the times. And you have to put yourself around other people who are doing the same thing. And that's the goal with this group. And we're going to be pushing it a lot more, not just on the podcast today. And we also want to turn this into a segment on the podcast of where you guys can come to the podcast and tell us about your goals. This is going to be a space on the podcast every week for you guys to tell us your goals for this week. And we're going to keep up with you guys so you guys can continue to make daily progress. And that's the whole goal of what we're doing. So, yeah, I got questions for you, though. Okay. Now, I know we're on the podcast right now, and we don't plan on this being just a one-time thing. Okay. So, going forward, how do you want to take the incremental movement, as far as your lifestyle, the way you live your life? Like, going forward now, how do you want this to affect your life?
I just wanted to show the growth within myself to everyone else, so that no one feels that they're alone or that they aren't doing anything, or that there's a time management on whatever you feel you need to do with your life. I just want to touch others and let them know that everything's not perfect. I'm not perfect. Even within helping others, we right here together. Right. We all on the same beat, and if I can do it, you can do it. Trust
exactly.
me. If I can do it, you can do it. And I just want to reach out and just let everybody know that they're not by themselves. That's my whole
Exactly. Point. And that's the whole reason we created, the incremental movement. And like I said, we will really be incorporating this within the podcast, and we have created a page for this. And we're going to be pushing it more because our main objective is to let people know that it's okay to not move so fast.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we'll scare ourselves out of situations because we're kind of trying to do everything at one time. So our goal is to have you write things down and like kind of get a small goal first. Because sometimes we try to start off too big. So get a small goal first and work with that. And allow small wins to increase your confidence. Yes. And that's the thing. Sometimes we don't ever get confidence because we won't start. But see, when we make that first step, you gain more and more confidence. Like I was thinking on today, like preparation increases your confidence.
Yes, it does.
So these smaller wins and these smaller steps are very, very vital to you going to the next level in your success. Because without those small steps, you won't have any steps.
Exactly.
Anything you would like to add to that?
So yeah, as he was speaking on taking the small steps. And like I said, as far as making the small steps, like he was speaking, it's okay. Don't think that there's nothing you can do in increments. I prefer you to do them in increments, as he was speaking of. Don't try to think that everything has to all fall in place at one time. And don't understand that there are going to be hiccups in things that you do, and don't get discouraged in doing those things. So, like I said, this was just a revelation to me. Like, it's been plenty of places I've been or chances I've had to speak or be involved in certain things. But just the platform here with Mr. Best has just my energy towards it. It's something about it said move,
Right.
So I was just enjoying the energy. I'm full, y'all. I'm full. I don't know which way to go with this. I'm full. It's a lot going on, but I just saw something in what they had going on and felt like I should be able to speak, be able to say something, and in doing so, hoping that it shows somebody else that it's okay to be heard.
Right.
It's okay to talk about what you're doing or what you're going through, because you're not the only one out here going through it. And hopefully in you doing so, you can reach someone else, as which we are hoping to do.
Exactly.
So that's just all I want to get out of it. And I just hope y'all stay tuned in. It's a lot to come.
Hey, this is just a start.
This is just a start.
And we'll be seeing her face a lot more.
Yes. But I'm just enjoying the vibes. Like I say, it's a lot going on. We can't speak on, but I just enjoy the conversation. Period. A lot of times after the like he spoke after the podcast, is we have a lot of conversation, and it's just the energy in the conversation lets me know that it's there. They actually helped me come out of my closet, you know, just being able to hear them speak, come out of that shell, right, and letting them know that they let me know that it's okay, you know, even with me, even outside of this, just speaking to who I speak to on the daily, and people knowing that I, you know, help them on the daily. It's still things that I'm working on within myself as well. And I always tell them that. Don't look at me as something to be put on a pedestal, because I'm none of that. You know, none of that at all. And I just want people to know that we're in this together.
Right.
So no one feels alone. You know, and hopefully that brings everyone to a good place, and let them know that it's okay to progress and to stop living in fear. My
Amen.
whole thing was living in fear a lot of times, and I had to stop doing that. I had to come out of fear. I was afraid to speak on certain things sometimes, because it was certain things just didn't need to be talked about to me, or certain things I didn't feel that needed to be said. And going back to speak on what I was saying about pride, my pride had a whole lot to do with that, and pride misled me a whole lot of times too. So I had to get rid of pride, and I had to go to God in prayer and talk about it with him as well. And like I said, talk about it. It's the difference in praying and having a conversation with God. You got to have that relationship.
Talk.
You got to have that relationship. And if you don't, regardless of what everybody may be looking at you as, or may feel that they have a perception of you as, long as you know what you're doing and what you have going on, that's all that matters.
Right.
And hopefully once that light shines within you yourself, you have to spark that. So once that's sparked within yourself, then you can move forward with sparking others. And that's all I'm trying to do, right?
Whoa, that's real powerful. That's real powerful. And that's one of the reasons why, like, look at what you just said. Look at all that stuff that what you just said. Like, how, for that not to help somebody, you gotta have a problem.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because, like you said, we want to create an environment that shows we're here and we're here together. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing. Like, if we never got to this place, we would have never been able to experience this with you.
Correct.
Because we continued to do what we were doing.
Right.
We stepped out, like you said,
right.
like you said, stepping out of fear.
Right.
That's one of the main
right.
things.
That's
one of the main things that keep us in a stagnated place.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, to break that cycle. Yeah. Because fear has been instilled in us, you know what I'm saying, for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just us, but in our parents and their parents. You know what I'm saying? We live with that fear of not having.
Right.
So we tend to like be scrambling through life in survival mode instead of living. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So and to that point.
And that's I'm
go
sorry.
Ahead. Go ahead.
But you said in survival mode, and a lot of times I sit back and I meditate and I look at my situations and I go, sis, you just surviving.
Right.
It's time to live. You know what I mean? So and saying that and then doing that, like I said, it starts mentally. Like, don't let nobody tell you or knock your day. Don't let nobody. He started with the word of the day. And the word of the day I heard the other day was courage. A lot of times we don't have the courage to step out and do a lot of things. But if you just have that faith of a mustard seed that they talk about.
Yeah.
If you have that small bit of faith and you just step out and you feed that within yourself, it doesn't matter. There's no limit to what you can do if you give yourself that opportunity. And even though this is small here, he gave me the opportunity to come out and speak and say, this is how I feel. Yes. And let others know that they're not by themselves. You know, that's all I really want everybody to understand. You're not by yourself. We all going through.
Right.
We all going through. Some may be going through worse than others, but we're all going through, and no one's better than the other. And if we could get to that conclusion and understand that, then this would be a better place, because we would learn that each hands hold each other. You know,
exactly.
The hands hold each other. And if that chain is broken, then that's where the energy goes. It goes off into an atmosphere of its own because we're not keeping the energy within the circle anymore.
Talk.
So you have to keep the energy there, y'all. I'm here for y'all. Be here for me. This a good day for me. Tomorrow might not be so good, you know.
Don't even say that.
But I'm just saying,
tomorrow gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. But just in reality, we have our days. You know, we have our days, and don't let those days discourage you from moving forward. You know, everybody has hiccups. He said he'd get you there. He didn't say it was gonna be easy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just understand that as well. And I just want everybody to be happy, man. Be blessed.
And another thing I want to add on to what you just said. You said that it's going to be hiccups in the road. Now, let's talk about that because I want you guys to feel free to talk about difficulties as well within this movement because every day is not going to be easy as far as chasing your goals. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be times where something going to come up and interfere with what you got to do and you got to make a decision. Just like you just said, the word of the day, you said courage. Before I even made that recording, I wasn't even going to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was going to not do it. And if I didn't do it, you would have never got that message.
Never got the message, right.
So I'm saying, like, you got to get to a point where you stop thinking about yourself and only yourself. You got to think about the other people you are affecting.
It's bigger than you.
It's bigger than us.
It's bigger than me.
You see what I'm saying? It's getting to a point where you have to sacrifice.
Yes.
You have to sacrifice some things for other people.
Right.
But it's for you too, though.
Right. Most
by
definitely.
you making that change and by you being a leader and by you stepping out on faith. Look how many lives you are going to influence. Look how many people that you could possibly change.
Right.
And that's the mindset that we want to continue to have, you know, going forward with making incremental progress because that's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. It's all about making impact and creating impact and showing people that it's possible.
It's possible.
Because we don't have it. We don't have much of that in the world right now. No. It's so much stuff that's going on in the world. But check this out. We on Facebook right now spreading positivity. You know, but the news is spreading stuff about, you know, the coronavirus and all of the things that's going on. But if we stay on this frequency, if we elevate our minds and stay on this energy, you know what I'm saying? We won't allow, you know, certain things to affect our inner lives.
Correct.
Our personal lives, you know what I'm saying? Correct. And like a lot of times when things happen, we go crazy. Like a lot of times, like we doing now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody going buying up everything.
Everybody, yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like when they simply say, you know, keep your hands washed and watch out who you're around or whatever. Just watch your surroundings, you know, or whatnot. But you know, of course, everybody's gonna go crazy. But that's not my point. Right. My point is that it's all about the energy that you keep, and your energy is a direct reflection to the way you think.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever your thoughts say, that's what you're gonna put off. So we have to elevate our mindset, and that's what I wanted to bring too. So never forsake to just do it. You know, even if it's difficult, just do it. Even if you second guessing yourself, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you scared a little bit.
Stop operating in that fear.
Right. Talk.
Stop operating in that fear, y'all. Y'all gotta come. I speak on it from a personal standpoint because I was there, still working on it. You know. But just I operated in fear for so long, and I've got nowhere. It gets you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So that fear that you're speaking on within you, just like you speaking that fear onto yourself, manifest some good things onto yourself. You know, it's a lot. Just this way I can say, oh shoot.
Talk, sister.
I don't want to go to work today.
Hey, talk,
you know, I can say, well, shoot, I'm going to call somebody and get them an encouraging word today. You know, same difference. You just have to speak those things into your life. That's just like you saying, you going into an interview and saying, I got the job. And you come out and you get the job.
Right.
But if you're going in there with, oh, this is above me and this is that and the third, I don't even know how I got this far. And this, you took the time to do the application. They called you. You went into the interview and you succeeded. You know what I'm saying? So it just that small faith for you just saying, do the application. When you might have did the application, hit submit, and thought nothing else of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just that little bit. You know what I'm saying? That can manifest within you with other things in your life as well.
Exactly.
Whether it's a personal relationship with someone, whether it's you trying to move forward on your own. Because a lot of people don't tend to realize that a lot of things before they can become physical, they have to be mental.
Amen.
And if and spiritual as well, meaning with amongst each other. And if I can't get along with you, or you can't get along with me, or we holding grudges because something happened 10 years ago, you have to be grown enough to come to each other and say, hey, you know, at the time I thought I was the shit. Excuse me. But I just thought I was everything, you know. And I didn't feel I had no wrong in doing nothing that I did. But now that I've grown within that growth, I see where a lot of the mistakes in my life, I can't just put off on the one person. It takes two to make anything happen in any circumstance. So if I'm grown enough to argue with you, I should also be grown enough to say, hey, you know, you came off kind of wrong, but I was wrong as well for allowing myself to even take part into what the devil was trying to manifest. You feel what I'm saying? When I could have came at you totally different, and it would have never happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about manifesting the right things. It's so easy for us to say what we can't do instead of saying what we can do. And I'm learning that as well.
Amen.
So stop talking about what you can't do and get involved and try to find some things that you can do.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
good point.
You just have to feed yourself. Can't nobody else do it for you if you're not doing it for yourself.
That's right. Because
a lot of people can tell you, I see this in you and I see that in you. But if you don't feel it and you don't manifest it within yourself, that's just like me. If I'm the big boss and I got all the money to make and the plugs and the pool to make everything happen for you, but I don't see it in you for you to make it happen, I'm not going to give it to you. So you have to have, you know what I mean? That's just being real, because I can give it to you and then you can mislead everything that I gave to you and put it in destruction. Now my name on that, and I'm destructed too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So start within yourself. Feel it within yourself. And as you feel it within yourself, your whole attitude towards self will change. That motivation will become there. That depression will leave. That anxiety will leave. That fear will leave. You know what I'm saying? So start it within yourself. Love self. Learn to love self. Like my grandmama always tell me, shout out to Augusta Clyde. I love you to death. But learn to love self. You have to look within self, for real, and know that is there within self.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of that. And I do want to add to your point, because I heard you talking about, you know, the consistency of doing the wrong things. That's what it sounded like you were saying.
Yes.
So I know as humans, we have what you call a trickle-down effect. Mm-hmm. That's what crossed my mind when I was listening to you speaking.
Yes.
Like sometimes one action can trickle down to a lot of more actions, stem from that one action. So I'm saying that, you remember, it takes us back to that one step we were talking about. When you make that first step into going forward into a better direction, when you make that first step, it's a trickle down effect. Once you make that big move and you continue to go, it's a trickle down effect. Like that one decision to move forward is going to open a lot more doors to you. The same thing that just happened to you, like by you opening your mouth, but by you shutting up fear and stepping out on faith and talking to us and letting us know that, hey, I'm making progress, and that I'm stepping out and being transparent. And we took that and we got something from it. You inspired us to, you know, move in a different way as far as like how we go about reaching people. And that's why we came up with this idea about starting a whole movement out of it and not just shirts.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like we actually want to make sure we help people make progress. That's the whole goal. And in the environment that we will create, it will hold you accountable and it will encourage you and empower you to continue to keep going. Yes. And when you have difficulties, you can go to the page, you can leave it on the page, and this would be people within that group that will encourage you. Right. You know what I'm saying? To keep going, because everybody that's in the group is going to be doing the same thing. Right. And see, that tends to be the problem with a lot of us. We want to do these things and we have desires, but we don't necessarily hang around the right people. We're not around the right circle. You see what I'm saying? That makes it a lot harder. Yes. But see, with us doing this together, you got what you call synergy. And synergy is like a group effort. You know, it creates this energy, you know what I'm saying? This momentum. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Within that, it creates a momentum, and that's what we want to create. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be huge.
It is.
Because I saw how it affected you.
Right.
And you just one person.
Right.
Look how many other people that can use this encouragement, you know what I'm saying, that can use this empowerment, and we're going to find out. And it's here for the people. Yes. This is for the people, and we're going to do stuff in the community. It's not just online based. You know what I'm saying? We got things that we want to do in the community as well, not just talking. So, yes, it's going to be big, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of her. And I just want to thank you for being on the show, man.
I want to thank y'all for having me, like for real.
I thank you so much,
I thank y'all, for real, for real. It just, this is a step into my life out of fear. You know what I'm saying? So as I was speaking, I'm going there, y'all. Everybody call me a crybaby. I'm going there. But
talk. Don't worry about it.
I'm just full, y'all. So it's a lot. But I thank them for even being inspired within themselves to branch off to do this. You know, and and in doing so, like you said, you inspired me as well. So it just takes, you know, because you can have a lot of things inside, a lot of things like he spoke on that you want to do, that you know you need to do, and you just don't know how to step out there and do it. And that's what we want to make this circle for. We want to make you be comfortable enough to say, hey, I got this going on and that going on, but I don't know where to step to make it happen. Right. Or I'm just feeling like this and I don't really know anybody I can talk to about it or feel comfortable enough saying this to. You always have a sacred place within this circle here.
Yes.
Because we all have an understanding that we've all been there or haven't got there yet and we gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about just holding each other up, letting us know we here for each other and that sort of thing. That's all it is.
That's so powerful, man. That's so powerful. I want you guys to give us some hearts, man, because she just shared her whole testimony. She just shared her whole story. Yeah. So, and I want you, with that same freedom that she has, to share her story and share her progress, that's the same type of things we want to see coming from the people that we affect. You know what I'm saying? We want you guys to feel that same freedom, you know what I'm saying, to share your progress with us. And we're going to build that trust. Of course, I know that you guys won't, like I know we're going to start off doing it, but with time, we hope that we can build that trust with you guys, for you to trust us. You know what I'm saying? Trust that we will take care of you. Trust that we are filled with integrity. You know what I'm saying? That we will treat you right. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's what really it is, man. You can't buy character.
No, sir.
Character is something you can't purchase.
No, sir.
So it's like, you got to really be serious about helping people, and that's what we are. If I didn't know one thing, I know that
right.
I'm here to help people, and I'm here to spread this light to the world.
Most definitely.
And I'm so blessed and fortunate to be able to do it with other people like you. So, man, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I don't know how long we've been on. I really want to go to the comment section. What you think?
We can go.
Let's go to the comment section. All right, we're gonna check y'all out. We're gonna see, because we did say that we wanted you guys to comment, but we'll give you guys some space. It's not okay. Okay, I think that's your sis.
Yeah, sis talking a lot. Look.
She been going in.
Yeah.
She been supporting you. You'll always be my role model, best sister ever. You give me hope. I push to be like you in my own way while still being true to myself. Right. That's 100. That's 100, and that's how it's supposed to be with sisters and brothers. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't have it all together. You feel me? Like, it may be some stuff that you good at that I'm not.
Right.
And sometimes I have to pull on you.
Most definitely.
For strength. You know what I'm saying? Some things, and sometimes.
I'm here. Look,
exactly.
That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta.
And vice versa.
Exactly. You don't have to indirectly call me out, sis. Dang. That's okay. That's that. That's Sherman. That's your grandma?
Yeah, that's her grandma.
Okay. Mr. Jenna. She's a very good guest, and I'm pretty sure you'll meet her sooner, because we're gonna be doing business together. So.
Okay.
Well, it don't look like they have any questions.
No questions.
But the main thing is that, we told you guys the movement, and we're going to be continuing this, and, mark my words. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You can hold me accountable, because we're going to get this work. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get this work. We serious about improvement.
It's
you know what I'm saying? We're going to get this work. We're going to outwork the work. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing a lot of talking. Like I said, we're going to get to work. And so, thank you for tuning in to episode 21 of Financial Fashion Talk Podcast. I'm the CEO, Mr. Best.
I'm Lakeithia Murray.
Hey, and the King and Queen is out. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next week.